The Los Angeles T-Square. Well, let's do it. Let's have a go. And I might as well stick to the compact pussycat for now, at least. I might do this race and then change out and be something else entirely. It's difficult to say. I'm quite enjoying Penelope, but as I say, every time she takes a hill and she goes, I'll just relax with the parasol, it's like, no, wheels on ground! Wheels on ground, please! I need the friction to send the car going forward. That's what I was trying to say earlier. But I got distracted by bumping into a rock. Which is not exactly what you want. Oh, I don't know where we're going. I think that's a shortcut if you do it properly, but I can't remember how to do it properly. I don't remember this course at all. Whoa, Meatley. Technically, Sergeant, whatever his name is, the Sergeant, we'll call him for now until... Was it Bash? Oh, no, Sergeant Bash is a robot from Robot Wars. But then is it Blast? Sergeant Blast? Sergeant? I'll just call him Sergeant. But he really did give me a good whacking there, didn't he? Take my kisses! Arkansas. Oh, blimey, Arkansas's Chuggabug seems to have been unfairly brutalised throughout this race, because we saw him sort of disappear off in a bubble. But having said that, I could have sworn he's the one who does the bubble, so how he got afflicted by his own bubble, I'm not entirely sure. Well, you know how successful that shortcut was? It was really successful until I went just the wrong way, and it absolutely fucked me up and sent me back to being back in the last position. God, Anthill Mob, you're being aggressive. You're all being quite aggressive, you know that, don't you? Stop beating up the poor... Oh, Peter! Bloody perfect! He's got a fucking rigid hard-on for attacking Penelope Pitstop. I think he ought to be taken in by the police. He's brutalising a poor defenceless woman. And by defenceless, I mean absolutely not defenceless. Because she's got a huge arsenal available to her. Right, if we can do this... Cheeky fucking bastard, I know! But are you cheeky? Brutalising me! Brutalising me! Brutalising me! It's lucky the Sarge caught that blast. Woo! It was looking bad throughout the entire race once again, but I pulled it back at the end by mastering the cheeky shortcut there. Oh, it's almost cheating, isn't it? And I'm not even Dick Dastardly. It's shocking behaviour.
Select an individual track to race around.
I will, but first, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go back here and see if I can pick another car, because we might as well see as many cars as we can. Change game type. No, I don't think that's quite what I'm after. There definitely was a Is it? Oh no, that's the turbo button for the. There we go. Reselect cars. If you push the select button on this controller, you go turbo mode in the games. You know, in the emulator there. The Arkansas Chuggabug. I did quite like the Arkansas Chuggabug. Let's be the Arkansas Chuggabug then. Jidden, yes, that is correct. Cart handling, that is sufficient. Woo! I liked the fact that it's quite so rickety. Because, I mean, the chimney looks more like a snake than a chimney, which is quite amusing. And the wheels are sort of all off to one side and stuff. It's like this vehicle would not manage to race. But I love the fact that it does. Okay, so we got the Chuggaboom. We might as well put the Chuggaboom on the B, as I said, and the Bubblegum Shot on there, and the Blubber Bubblegum Shield. We'll put those, they're pretty much, as I said, I've stuck to the archetypes on the same buttons as I've done for Penelope, so my shot fire is on the X button, the shield is on the Y button, and the big boom blast of speed, because that's what it is, if you were wondering and didn't know already. It is the big boost of speed. Oh! You fire up that little sort of oveny thing. Oh, okay, we're getting some major texture glitches there. That's fine. If it's isolated there, that's no problem. Oh, cheeky shortcut again. I must admit, didn't quite realise it was going to be a cheeky shortcut. I thought it was just a normal one. Right, I've ended up going across the train tracks, which could be risky, but also shorter. So I don't know if the like, instinct is kicking in, and my old mastery of the game has suddenly come back. Bubblegum shield. See, he uses bubblegum. So how the Arkansas's Chugabug? I'll have to review the footage and see if I'm correct, but I'm fairly certain the Chugabug was floating in its own bubble. Which I think, in terms of the actual bubble float, see, that's the bubble float. It's the Arkansas's Chugabug's projectile weapon. So precisely how he ended up in his own one, I do not know. Because I'm not aware, not 100% at least, of any kind of actual reflection techniques. I think that you've got plentiful shields. I know I'm in first place. It's a dangerous place to be. Because everybody's gonna be after me and shooting plenty of projectiles at my face. If I can catch wind of a projectile heading my way, like so, I can fire up the shield and therefore not get struck by it. However, having to swerve out the way and get buffeted and all sorts by the track and everybody else around me meant I was at a little bit of a disadvantage. Oh, I didn't take that corner very well at all, but it's no problem because I can come back from this. I think the audio is glitching something drastic. I don't think we've no longer got any nice pleasant sort of music attached to it. I think it's all just noise in the background. Oh, you bastard! Oh, you bastard! I will still pull this off. Never tell me I can't pull something off, because I will pull it off. No! I still pulled it off. He tried to make me explode, but I pulled it off instead. Is there ever an occasion where you don't use the word pull it off? Not that I know of. I think I even used it in my best man speech. I'd like to point out, never been a best man. Who in their right mind would make me the best man? Manic Minds! I need 8 stars. I need 1 more. So we've got to choose another area to try and score some stars. Let's see where we can go. So that one was closed off. That's fully closed off. So I think my only option is going to be across here. Back in the snow domain. I don't know. I think there you go. I definitely did one snow one. So now we're at the Snow Hope Village. There's Snow Hope, like snow, the business. Where were you going with that? I don't know. Apparently nowhere. Hugged by a bear. That is who. Hugged by a bear. That seems random until you realise that I am the Arkansas Chugabug and I am therefore being naturally hugged by a bear. Not entirely sure which side was considered the shortcut there. I mean, it might be indifferent. It's not necessarily always shortcuts. It may very well just be bits and pieces. Some are just alternate paths, I believe, which keeps the game nice and fresh. Oh, I do remember this course because I think there's like some of the unlockable characters do sort of, break the game and make it really, really easy. But if memory serves, Pat Pending, who you can unlock a little bit later on, he has the bowling ball ability where he literally turns into a bowling ball. Now, that slalom that I went down, if you go down as the bowling ball, if memory serves, you got such an immense speed boost. It was ridiculous because you didn't actually really have to consider taking I was just that little bit too slow on the trigger. Not literally trigger. I meant trigger as a general term, not literally the trigger of the controller. I was too slow on pushing my shield button, unfortunately, so... He just got that bomb in, and I didn't like it. Do you know what? Fuck off. I just got tired of... I'm fairly certain it's Sergeant Blast now. That's beginning to make me think that's correct. But I just got tired of him being in front of me. Oh, give him the old 1-2. Although I think that might be the Anthill Mob's speed boost rather than his aggressive weapon. But nonetheless... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! We flipped all over the place. Okay, this is... it's not perfect, but it's mine. Not sure how to work it, but it's mine. It's not the perfect scenario, but we can still... Chug-a-boom! Oh, you Peter. Peter? You're gonna have fucking words, Peter! Why is it always Peter? He's always ramming me with his tyres. It's becoming tiresome. He's driven me to insanity because he keeps just coming at me. Fucking Peter Perfect. I'm gonna fucking wreck him. Or I'm gonna beat him. At which point, probably not interested in wrecking him, but you know, still. Arkansas, Chug-a-bog! I suppose arguably I should have themed this one, because this was clearly the gruesome twosome towers or something, whatever it was called. I should have been the gruesome twosome in the creepy coop, but I want to try and give perhaps a few races per, you know, per... Whoa, okay. Yep, we've got some slight texturing issues. They don't seem to... Oh, no, okay. They seem a little more prevalent here than any other time. So that's alarming. I think it may have settled. But I suppose it all adds to the experience, doesn't it? You cheeky bastard tried to get me on a mine. I use the word bastard too much. I'm not even from North. Technically, I should be saying bastard. I say you bastard. Why are you being such a bastard, you bastard? Not, oh, you bastard, cheeky bastard. Oh, don't be a bastard. But yes, I clearly used the phrase bastard fucking meekly. I use the word bastard too much. I know this from, what was it? It must have been... Why was I using Jon Snow as a bastard recently? I bet everybody else knows, and I have no flipping clue of my own content. It's incredible. I think it was the Halloween... Yes, it was. It was the Mortal Kombat Halloween special. Back at Halloween, we had plentiful bastards. Bastards everywhere. In fact, I got so many bastards in the audio, there were like hidden bastards. So congratulations to anybody if you found all of the bastards. I should have counted all of the bastards, and then we could have made an official game of Find the Bastard, because some of them were very, very obvious, and some of them were very subtle bastards appearing. Whoa, who just cheekily sort of tried to take my lead? Ah! Whoa. I don't think I went close enough to the cloud to spark it off, but that dark cloud is essentially a mine. It will electrocute you should you pass underneath it. Chug-a-boom! Woo! I mean, that one was an absolute piece of piss, wasn't it? It wasn't really any challenge to that one. I just sort of went round, came first, and bada bing, bada boom, we were done. Done, dusted, and perfection. Right, what we'll do is we'll back out and change my car. As I say, I'll do sort of... I don't know how many races I'm going to do, but we'll try and deal with at least sort of 3 races per racer. No, I refuse to be Peter Motherfucker Perfect. So I'm going to be the Slag Bros. You slag, you slag, you slag, you slag, you mug, you slag, you slag. How dare you be a slag, you slag. Of course, the amusing thing with them is their wheels aren't even attached. I do love Wacky Races. I really must watch them again. I'll tell you what, it's because a lot of the channels, I think, that truly showed the Wacky Races sort of readily have kind of seemed to have disappeared. They seem to be sort of showing other shows, which is such a shame. Right, so I believe that is the sort of front projectile. They just club a rock. Gravel power. I'm going to put that on my shield button because Turbo Spark Boost can go on a boost button, but I think the gravel power is actually a mine type effect. I might be wrong. I suppose I'll have to have a crack at it and see what happens, but I'm fairly certain you leave a pile of gravel. It's got to be something to do with gravel. You leave a pile of gravel. Oh yes, you can, especially if you've got a boost or something. Ah, there we go. Over the pond, if you can save up a boost, if you go over the pond, you've got an advantage. And this is where, again, I mentioned Pat Pending had a fairly heavy-duty advantage in races. When you unlock the Red Baron, he has even greater advantage in... I mean, there's an advantage to knowing where you're going. The Red Baron has an even greater advantage because his vehicle... There we go, a little bit of gravel poked out the back. He's got a greater advantage because his plane is... Oh yeah, a plane. He doesn't get slowed down by ground effects. So something like this pond, I'm fairly confident he would shrug off just naturally. Where I think you can sort of boost his height even higher. Because I think you might need to sort of boost his height to get over mines, but sort of ground-based bits of the track tend to be a little bit more sort of generous with the fact that his plane is considered always flying. So he has a fairly heavy advantage. I think if memory serves, and it might not, we've already seen that I couldn't remember my own Halloween special, and that was only a few months ago. So, and by few I mean technically 2, isn't it? End of October is only 2 months ago. Let's fire up the just random... It's a bit sort of like meh, isn't it? The whole just hunt a little stone at them. Everybody else's feels a bit more sort of... there you go. That's the shortcut I think the Red Baron can take really easily. And apparently the Slag Bros really fucking can't. If I had some kind of flight power, you could take that shortcut happily. If I had the boost available, I might have been able to literally skip the stone. Literally skip the stone. Oh, it was kind of a fake laugh, and then the fake laugh made me real laugh, based on the fact that I quite liked the joke. But you can literally sort of try and boost and skip the stone of the Slag and Brill over the top of that lake, I think, but I might be mistaken. It might be a case of you have to have flight. And even that one, the Red Baron might have to have his normal, regular flavour flight available. Oh, I meant to go up the top. Now I'm going to have to use the boost. I didn't want to because I kind of want... Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Let's have a... No. Buttons work with me, please. Let's have a cheeky little restart, considering quite how badly that went. And that way, we can hopefully do better. I know it wasn't a 100% lost cause. There is, you know, these ones do change and shift sufficiently that you could come back from this sort of thing. But, it, you know, sometimes... Oh, you bastard. Sometimes cutting your losses is a little bit more worthwhile, although... I'm just getting bullied here. I'm going to call bullying by these other pricks. Because they seem to just fire off everything. They've got no interest in racing, do they? All they're interested in is fucking up everybody else. Arseholes. I know this is why it's called the Wacky Race. Because it's not just racing. Well, that... Oh, game. Just gonna float down the river. You alright? Yeah. I'm alright.
No.
You? Should we get back in the race? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Quite enjoying just the serene floating of this river. Just floating down the river. Floating down the river. Floating down the river. Let's touch noses. Let's touch noses. Let's touch noses. Let's fire off some gravel. We put gravel in your pond. I put gravel in your pond. There's more gravel in your pond. Anyway, let's restart the race because I fell off the course and I lost all hope of ever getting anywhere.